Dom, you want to bring us in?
Yeah. Oh, as you see, the thing I don't like about Squadcast is you can stealthily
Hit record.
and I look like an idiot because you want to bring us in. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just fart around. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the gaming. Damn it!
Oh, you haven't done it in a while. You totally screwed it up this time.
Of
You want me to do it?
No, I'm a big boy. I'm a real boy. Of the Overachievers Gaming Podcast with your boys, me, Ashley Pastrami,
And me, Vash, aka Charlie. That's Dom over there talking. He can't remember how to do the intros anymore. This week we have a very special guest hailing us all the way from Polar Bear Land in Chicago. Comes Max Richter. Thank you very much, Max, for coming and being a part of our show. You can find us at og.podcast. Twitter, OverachieversP. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you can get this episode and every other episode of where we talk about video games, what we love about them, hate about them, sometimes climate change we talk about, some maybe some wine aficionados, cigar aficionados, all that kind of stuff. But mainly video games are what we love about them, what we hate about them, all that fun stuff. Mostly love. But yeah, so Max hails us from Chicago, is also a part of the Vast Agency, whom we've got to know those guys very well over there for doing a couple of giveaways and promotions and whatnot. Max, thank you very much for joining us this week.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Dom. I'm very excited to be here.
Hell yeah. Tell us, Max, where can people find you? They can find Vast. What are like the avenues that y'all? I recently saw you guys started doing streaming stuff too. So yeah, let's talk about where they can find you, and then let's talk about Vast in general.
So if you guys want the spicy memes, you can come to my Twitter, which is at @DurnapDragon. Otherwise, you can find Vast Agency at VastGG on any platform, including Twitch. I mean, we even have a Pinterest, right? So if you want, if you need some decorations, go ahead and we even have a Pinterest. Yeah, definitely. So it's at VastGG for absolutely everything. And also, thank you for bringing up the streaming on the Vast channel. It's something that I've been doing recently, and people are eating up Minecraft right now. Don't really know why, but hey, I'll keep playing it.
Dude, people will always love Minecraft. They'll literally never die. Minecraft will never die. Call of Duty will come and go. Destiny, all these games will come and go. Minecraft is forever. It's like Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
It's for the children.
For some of those add-ons they have in that game, because I played it when it first came out, and then maybe like a 4 or 5 year hiatus. And then everybody on the channel is just having me install these different mod packs, and it's like every single AAA game pack into like an add-on in Minecraft. Like, that's crazy.
I see you have like, are you doing like community streamers, or are you doing like affiliate streamers or something, or is it just really the Vast Agency streaming?
Well, I mean, as you already know, Vast is a community built around streamers that are marketing to our fan base. So we actually bring in streamers. We'll host them. We'll add them to the rotation on the stream team. They can come on the channel and stream. And it's just another way to integrate our community with our community streamers without, like pushing giveaways. It's kind of like get to know us.
Yeah. Which I think is smart and also much needed in this like gaming community of streaming, because everyone just thinks like, oh, it's, they're the big people who are streaming there, and how do they get there, that kind of stuff. But also realizing like, there's some good people who are very entertaining, who are smaller streamers and whatnot. So I feel like that's a great way of introducing people to different types of personalities, that kind of stuff. And I think it's very smart of which way you guys are doing it. And before we get too far into it, why don't you just give us a little blurb about what Vast does in general? I'm very curious to hear your take on it, just because I like hearing what people think about themselves. So
no, absolutely. So as you mentioned before, Vast is a company that is mainly based around giveaways. The whole premise of Vast is it's essentially a billboard to the gaming and esports audience. We run incentive marketing campaigns that cultivate hard conversions. So like if you were actually to drive by a billboard on the highway, it's a visual impression. You see it, maybe think about it, you keep going. with a Vast giveaway, you were actually forced. Well, I shouldn't say forced. Encouraged. There you go. To like, follow, and
You better like and follow this or else.
Yeah, right. And engage with whomever's running the activation. So the whole idea is we meet with a client typically a couple weeks beforehand. We say, hey, you guys need to have a content plan before this giveaway rolls out. Once that's in place, we actually run the giveaway, promote it in all our different socials. They do the same thing on their end. And then we have that fan base driving to all of their posts that they want to promote. And then that's their chance to engage with content that they may have never seen before, never heard of, maybe a brand new game, and basically interact with them. Yeah,
a podcast.
Recently, they started adding Spotify integrations for musicians as well.
Yeah, that is something we'll have to take advantage of again soon.
I think we tried it on the last giveaway that we did.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, it was weird about the integrations and whatnot, how that would work with podcasts specifically. But it works great for like artists, like you can follow a certain playlist, you can follow like an artist specifically. So hopefully by the time we do another one, because you guys are great and we're happy to do that yet again. It's just hopefully by then they'll actually add some more podcast integrations. Now that Spotify's acquired Gimlet Media, which is crazy.
Right.
So, have you heard about that?
I have not.
I mean, Gimlet Media is like a huge like podcasting company based in Brooklyn. They do like Reply All. They do a bunch of like different shows and whatnot. But they bought Spotify bought Gimlet for $100 million.
Woo! That's well, okay. I just want to say, from a personal standpoint, as someone who, like, me and Charlie have used you guys twice so far for different giveaway campaigns. Love y'all. Seriously, you guys do great work. Very professional. You make it so easy, like legitimately so easy to use you guys, which is what it should be. Like if I'm a client in anything, really, I want to use a product. The harder it is to use the product, the less I'm going to want to use it ever again. You know what I mean? And you guys circumvent that, and you just make it. It's a very easy process. And thanks for doing that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
This is turned into the Vast Appreciation Podcast. You can find us on our
Being Overachiever / We Love Vast. Blah blah blah. So that's really cool. You guys do really good work. So,
thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, like how you got into gaming. You mentioned before we were recording that you used to work on Borderlands.
Which also, real quick, before we get into this, fake news, I don't hate Borderlands. Charlie's an asshole. But continue, please.
That's not what I heard.
Do you guys want the long or the short? Because there's a very long story of how I got into gaming overall, if you are interested.
Give us the long version.
Yeah, we're 7 minutes in. We're here for an hour, baby.
Long-form entertainment right now.
Let's go buckle.
All right. So I came from Halo. I've been playing shooters since Wolfenstein 3D. I've been super net the FPS genre pretty much my entire life. Growing up, I played Halo with my dad until I kind of graduated from that to my friends, to Xbox Live, and found me competing around probably end of 2006, beginning of 2007. I played competitive Halo for about 5 years. And I was also playing baseball competitively. I say competitively, but like collegiate sports into kind of like pro-am. And I kind of had to make a decision in college is what I was going to pursue, because I was trying to play games professionally. I was trying to compete at baseball, and I was trying to be a computer engineer all at the same time. It didn't work. It didn't work out. So I ended up leaving school. When I was streaming and playing pretty much Halo 24/7. I ended up kind of catching my first break over with the original Destiny. I thought it was normal. Like, you guys are going to laugh at me. I was playing Destiny. I had 400 to 500 concurrent streamers within the first 3 days of me streaming. How that ever happens, do not know. I actually quit. I stopped. I beat Destiny, and I'm like, there's nothing else to do. So I stopped streaming.
Sounds like Destiny.
Came back like 3 months later with like 6 viewers. I'm like, what's going on? Like, where are all these people that used to be watching? and I've been on and off with streaming pretty much the entire time. And I actually left to go play Overwatch professionally in Las Vegas.
Oh, cool.
That was a big segue there, but I've been competing in Counter-Strike at the time, and left for Vegas to go play for Nova Esports. Kind of in the whole building of the Overwatch League in those beta seasons, our org eventually got dissolved. Unfortunately, shout out to the Nova guys, love y'all. And I ended up finding my way into a management position at Rogue, who's also out of Las Vegas, just through mutual friends. Do all sorts of stuff with tournament logistics, working with players, working with the investors.
And Rogue is an esports organization?
Yes, it is a multi-team esports organization out of Las Vegas. We are owned by Rec Gaming, with co-owned by Imagine Dragons, Steve Aoki.
Oh wow,
cool.
And a new basketball athlete that his name evades me, but all super awesome guys. I love the Rogue crew. And when I joined Rogue, one of the guys who co-founded Vast, we were going back and forth, and I told him my background was in Halo, and he's like, "Oh, hey, pretty much my best friend and coworker is Trey, who was a very, very, very good Halo Reach player, which is kind of like that was like on my way out after Halo 3. I pretty much called it quits.
Oh, bummer. Reach was my favorite Halo.
So I love and hate Reach at the same time, right?
Oh, sure. I mean, I think it's a lot of people.
I know you guys mentioned last podcast that this is the tangent podcast, so I'm gonna refrain from going down that rabbit hole.
No,
That's all we do, man. That's all we do, baby. Don't refrain.
But I caught up with Trey, as you guys know him now, who is the founder of Vast, and we kind of reminisced about Halo, your traditional trash talk, because obviously Halo Reach is not a real Halo, so I have to go and assert my dominance in that way.
Well, that's probably a bit much.
I'm just kidding. And then he kind of brought me into the fray, and he's like, "Hey, you have all these ideas." I mean, I was working with Vast for free for a long time, just kind of giving my ideas, trying to. It's just friends working together,
Yeah,
it was very natural.
We do it all the time in our industry.
And then eventually, it just scaled up. He's like, "Hey, you have a tech background. Can you help us with this, and this?" And I said, "Sure." And we ever since been working on it pretty much day to day.
Beautiful. So. Beautiful.
That wasn't that long-winded. It was like 5 minutes. It's fine.
Well, I spared some details, but
you did. But you know what? Did you mention the Borderlands piece? Did I miss that in the fray?
Oh, I was focused on Vast. I work like a million different jobs. I also work with the company called Leviathan Core. And this is part of this is my ADHD kicking in. I totally, if George, if you're gonna listen to this, don't hate me. I totally forgot to mention you. One of my biggest inspirations for the gaming industry and working in the game industry is my friend and now boss, George. When I was kind of struggling with the whole esports job thing. I mean, esports as a career is very difficult. At any point in time, you can get replaced, and it happened to me a million times. I was working at Starbucks. I was a coffee master. It's an easy way to get your benefits and even school taken care of, at least at the time. And he would routinely come in. He worked with a bunch of big influencers, and he'd been working in the industry for 10 years, right? At that point, I don't know, 10 years maybe a little high, but he's very experienced. Sure. And he was sitting there, and he's like, "Man," he's like, "You got to get out of here." He's like, you gotta leave Starbucks, and you actually have to pursue exactly what you want." And I ended up doing just that. And he founded a company called Leviathan Core. So we are behind the scenes marketing company. We tried to. You were talking about Halo 2, and I just went right there. Kind of like a white glove marketing company that integrates into publishers and brands' marketing teams and assists them in rollouts for games, influencer marketing campaigns. Obviously the publisher and the brand, they do all the heavy lifting, but we're in there to help with all of the small details, especially with when we're dealing with influencers, right? Because you have a legal process, you have a financial process, and the actual fulfillment of obligations, right? Mm-hmm. And so fortunately we were able to work with 2K Interactive with Borderlands, and that was an amazing experience. We love everybody over at 2K, and yeah, I mean the game's fantastic.
We're a big fan of Borderlands on this podcast.
I love Borderlands. I just finished it last week, so. Except for Dom. Dom just does hate everything about it. The art style, the gameplay loop, all that stuff. So
I'll never get away from this. There's like nothing, it's a bit that I'll never lose for no reason. But you know what? That's what we do sometimes in life. We have bits that we can't lose. What are you gonna do?
No, but personally, it was my first Borderlands experience. I did not play the first one or the second one.
Sure.
And I went back and picked them up, played through them a little bit. But the third was definitely on its own level. It's a fantastic game. So
yeah, it's definitely great. I mean, I think I've owned all the Borderlands. I've always gotten through like halfway through Borderlands because there's a lot to get through.
It's a lot,
and can get to. But this is Borderlands 3 is the first one that I actually finished all the side quests, finished all the main quests, just went through and just had a really good time with it. So
yeah,
definitely recommend it. Dom, you should give it another try.
Yeah. So anyway, I think it's really interesting. I think that there needs to be more like marketing and ad agencies and stuff really need to dip their toes more into this world, especially like esports and gaming and stuff. Because I feel like we're in this weird position, right? Where we have these like most of the time kids, now some adults too, who are playing these games, like these influencers that are streaming and all this stuff, and they don't really know the advertising and marketing world. They don't know what to do realistically. And you get like some awkward situations. Like there was that kid, I don't think he's a kid. I think he might be 19 or 20, whatever. I forgot who it is. He's a dude who's on Twitch, one of the bigger partner streamers who does like a lot of like brand partnering with Twitch. Right. And I think it was a McDonald's ad he was doing on his stream, and he accidentally said Burger King.
Ooh,
that's tough.
Yeah. So not only
delete that pot right away,
dude, he like came out in the stream afterwards like, hey guys, like this is the biggest mess of my life. Twitch will no longer be doing brand partnerships with me. Like apparently it almost caused like a lawsuit for Twitch. It was this crazy thing. And granted, how do you mess that up? Number one, how do you mess that up? You ding dong. But two, like these people these influencers, they just don't know this world. They're not acting talent. Like, we come from the film world, me and Charlie. So we know how talent acts on set, and like you get ready for this. Like, you you study lines, you do all this stuff, like you get it. And most of these people aren't that, and like some of them are good. Some of them are good. They have like their personas, and they're at this point they're used to it, but some aren't. And I think it's a really interesting, like environment we're in now with all these streamers who are now becoming in their own ways like on air talent, like, which they are like, they are essentially their own TV shows. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But in terms of like their brand, and then having to deal with other brands or having to deal with like markets, it's like really weird. It's like a crazy time. I find it very funny. It's very interesting.
There's definitely oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. And especially in the marketing world, with what you're talking about with those kind of promotions they run on stream, there's a very, I don't want to say like disruptive idea, but I'm personally a fan of the show don't tell situation, because my background is from marketing wise is from Groupon, and they had a very rigorous marketing kind of class that you have to take to get familiar with all the traditional marketing practices. And
sure.
By far, word of mouth is the best way to actually get somebody to purchase a product or check it out.
Yeah.
And so this whole plug, I'm not a fan of the, like, oh, like, make sure to try the operator Whopper at Burger King, sponsored by Call of Duty, #ad. Right. I'm not a fan of that. I would rather it's the same thing with what we did with Borderlands. You give somebody the game, they play the game, and they enjoy it, and everybody else sees them enjoying it, and then they want to enjoy it as well. Totally. If it's going to be like a McDonald's or Burger King or whatever it may be, they actually just did it. I shouldn't say just did it. A couple of months they did it with Ninja. He was working with Uber Eats, and this is legal wise. I didn't work on this with him or anything, but they would send Uber Eats to his house, and he would get it delivered, and he's like, "Oh, this is so easy. Look at this food. It's delicious, right?" And that sort of tactic is going to take you much farther than your traditional plug.
100%.
So.
I also think affiliate programs are probably, in my opinion, one of the best like things like an influencer or a company or anything can do, because you're supporting the person that is use code OGP to get a discount on Vast Agency campaign or something, and it's like great. Then like that person gets a kickback. The company that is sponsoring them gets the oh, by the way, we don't obviously have that code, that doesn't exist. I was using an example, but the influencer or the person gets a kickback, and then the company gets obviously business, and you're kind of like, it's like creator codes in like Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think that those are always really good, because a streamer or a gamer's community will always want to support them. And it's easy with the stream
absolutely.
because you donate, you subscribe, whatever. But then there's always that nice little extra thing, because we could all use almost every well, not all. Like sometimes people have just like garbage things that they're like,
just hawking and whatnot.
They're just hawking like bad stuff,
But that's been podcasting advertising in general. It's just like, there's a lot of those like affiliate programs.
Yeah, fair.
It just, because it's the same concept of being able to, send somebody a product, have them use it, and say, hey, if you like this, then you can set up some advertising, which I think is great, because then you have real people discussing their experiences with real products, and which is why, like, when we say that we love Vast, we're not just saying that because we want an affiliate program or anything like that. We generally like your services, and that's like why we wanted to talk to you guys about or have you on, Max, to talk about like how you came into this world, because we were curious about like how it worked out, because like it's one of those things. It's like you said, word of mouth is by far one of the best ways to promote yourself and get real people who want to do stuff. And like we'll say we'll recommend you guys to everyone. Like I even have like musicians who like saw what we were doing, or like, hey, like, can they do anything for an album release? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. You're going to have so many different people that you can reach out to, and maybe totally different. Like JT was interested about it because he's a musician. He's doing a side project. And so he was curious about how that whole thing, and he's a gamer too. So it's like crossing lines and bringing people who normally wouldn't listen to his music to, hear stuff. So it's just an interesting way of developing a new audience. And
everyone loves giveaways. Everybody
and everyone loves getting stuff for free too.
Especially like the Gleam platform is just so easy to like. You just click and stuff, right? It's like you're playing a video game.
Oh yeah,
you win.
Exactly. Just click and play.
I've won something off of I don't know if it was Vast specifically, but it was definitely a Gleam giveaway. The Bruce Lee store had a giveaway, and I won a Bruce Lee shirt. It's like that's the only thing I've ever won in like 2 years. I've seen Gleam giveaways around, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I've actually never won any giveaway ever, and I've probably launched more giveaways than your average person. And I accidentally, I rolled a giveaway and I actually won, and it was like this gaming PC, and I'm sitting here like licking my lips, like woo, like we got a new rig set up here. No, you can't instantly.
No, you can't.
Instantly beat up.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I almost clicked R2 giveaways, but I was also like, the product's right behind me. I don't need to do this.
Yeah, you don't need to hold on to it. What would happen if you won that, though? That'd be kind of funny.
I would say, hey, Max, can you re-roll that? Can you please re-roll that, please? Like, God, I can't post that I won the giveaway. People would never deal with us again.
Never trust us. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
you'd be surprised how many people don't respond. Like people that won.
Oh, God, I can
really?
I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine.
We have like a 48-hour cooldown. It's like a window where, somebody has to at least acknowledge the fact that we've reached out to them and they've won. Man, I've had people win, $5,000 worth of product, and just, a month later, they're like, wait, I need that. It's like,
dude, I've noticed that especially the last campaign we did with you guys, that there were like Instagram profiles following us that literally just said like Vast giveaway number like 8956, like people just making accounts just for giveaway stuff. And it's like a very interesting, I mean, it's like it's a nature of the beast, unfortunately. But I'm sure that exists, and like these ding dongs probably are making these profiles to get more clicks, and then are just like not looking. I don't know, like stupid stuff, obviously. But we were lucky. Both of our giveaways, people responded real fast, and they were very happy, which was nice.
Yeah. So if you're still listening to the podcast, tweet at us. Let us know how you're enjoying our products, our giveaways. Yeah.
What was our? Oh, the first one was the keyboard and headset, and then the second one was the Amplify Wi-Fi kit.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
God, what do we do for our third one, Charlie? We have to do some fun.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. That's not anytime soon. Maybe we'll do some, soft drink giveaways.
Don't
Ooh, that's a
you
good one.
can't. So he's saying this. That's dangerous territory. He's saying this because we were in talks.
I'll edit that part out.
No, you keep it in. No, you know what? You keep it in. I won't say who. We have been approached to maybe have a paid sponsor / advertiser / something beneficial for the podcast. That's it.
Not say anymore. Okay,
Not
maybe in the new year.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So
Slippery.
let's pivot a little bit. And Max, tell us what do you have time to game these days? Or are you gaming? Are you playing anything right now? Or what
Ooh.
systems are you typically when you do if and when you do find time to play? What do you playing on? Xbox, PlayStation, PC, MacBook
I'm playing
Pro,
Smash.
Switch, Smash.
I'm
Okay.
playing Smash. Oh yeah. So
Okay.
I really don't have a whole lot of time to game anymore. There are
I hear
instances
that.
where if you're for example, for working with a client that's a game, it's obviously beneficial for you to understand the game, right? You don't want to market something you've never touched, never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been playing FPSs for so long that it's like a natural process for me, just like owning noobs 24/7. Like I'm gonna have to plug myself there. But fighting games are something that I found, like your basic combos, you land it once and it's just so rewarding that you can't stop. I mean, I got started with Street Fighter. Street Fighter,
Mhm.
I love, it's a huge franchise, very difficult to get into, and I just enjoyed getting beat all the time. And I would just sit there, and I had that one friend who's always better than me no matter what I did. And I just played him for hours and hours and hours, and I fell in love with the entire genre. And I feel like it's a very underappreciated genre in the gaming industry currently because of how difficult it is to get into it.
Dude.
And oh man, I just love it. I eat it up 24/7.
I actually haven't.
Throw a little bit of Call of Duty in there though.
Oh, there you go.
Speaking of Call of Duty, I don't know if you've played the new one, but we talked about on our last podcast that the storyline's actually very good. I'm
cool.
almost done with the storyline, and the multiplayer is definitely challenging. I'm not a Call of Duty fan whatsoever, but I don't know if we've kind of pivoted a little bit where I don't have very much time to play anymore. I just bought Death Stranding, and been waiting. It's been queued up. I just launched the intro while we were waiting for this podcast to start. So I was like, I'm going to start on this. And I was like, this feels like it's going to take me forever to get through.
That game's going to take you forever.
Well, I'll talk about it in 2 weeks when we do just you and me, Dom. But so what I was going to get with is we've been playing a lot of mobile games, and a lot of the stuff that we do now is a lot of mobile game related. So Max, you might actually enjoy the new Call of Duty Mobile. I don't know if you've played it much at all. It is actually
I love it.
Quite fun. And I know there's a bunch of people have reached out and given me a bunch of shit, be like, you're just playing against bots the whole time. It's like, yes, that's true. They get to a certain point. Once you rank up and starting to get into like the elite status, it gets real hard, real quick. So
but also, who gives a shit?
I know, it's just fun.
Bots?
Play what you want to play.
Play a game on my phone. It's the future. Shut up, you dorks. Like, that's awesome. We're literally in the future.
Yeah, literally playing Call of Duty multiplayer on my phone and doing battle royales and smoking noobs on my phone. It's great.
I'm actually changing phone ecosystem. I'm finally leaving the iPhone family because I want to play more games on my phone.
What are you getting?
I'm getting when it finally drops, I'm getting the OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren edition.
Very nice phone.
The first 5G T-Mobile phone.
I will say is I actually I am fine. Talk about tangents. I am finally free from AT&T.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
I switched to T-Mobile yesterday.
T-Mobile's great. T-Mobile, I can't praise T-Mobile enough. They have one of the few plans that are fully unlimited. It's like $70 a month. They always have good deals, and they're getting the first 5G. Like, I don't know the first 5G phone. I'm sure. I think Verizon actually has a 5G phone, but they're getting one of the best phones in the world. Like, people can't praise the OnePlus 7T Pro enough. And this phone is 12 gigs of RAM, a stupid processor, 3 lenses, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know what? I've been wanting to leave iPhone for a bit. I think it's time. And I was waiting for the phone that would do it, and this phone does it. Like, it can do anything, really. I'm just excited, and it's like cheaper than the iPhone 11 Pro Max, whatever the fuck it is. And like, it's better phone. So that's it.
Well, let me know how you feel about that, because I mean, I'm not going to leave my phone anytime soon, but
Yeah.
it's just well, let me know.
Yeah, I'm
So
curious.
we always
I'll
like
give it
to
a
have
shot. You know.
we always like to have different differences on the podcast and talk about different things. So now that we've moved towards mobile gaming, I'm curious to see what happens with that.
Yeah,
So.
man. And also like there's a lot of like unofficial stuff you could do with androids. Like there's like Poke MMO, which is like a literal fan-made Pokemon MMO, and it's desktop based, but you can do it on androids, so that's cool. So I'm like
You would do it for that.
of course I would do it for that. You kidding me? Pokemon all day. I get next week I get my new Pokemon, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right, I forgot, I got to pre-order that.
Yeah, baby.
You get your 3DS game on. You get your 3D XL game on your Switch.
3D XL game. What are you talking about?
Have you not heard of the drama with Pokemon? It's going on right now.
Well, I know that the drama is that it's like they don't have like the national dex, but is there something else I'm missing?
Oh yeah, the specifically the YouTubers are going off on the new Pokemon game because they're reusing animations from the 3D
from Sun
3DS game. Yeah.
Sun and Moon. Yeah, I kind of I mean that Sun and Moon I feel like was what really changed the like graphics of Pokemon. I'm not surprised by that. I don't honestly, that doesn't bother me. The national dex not being in the game does bother me. Like it's like only like half the Pokemon that exist in this world of like a million Pokemon, but like that is what's bothersome to me. I don't mind so much that because the graphics from 3DS from Sun and Moon were pretty fire.
They were.
But also like, you know, the YouTubers will complain about anything. So, but
they're gonna buy it anyway.
They're gonna buy into it. That's what gets the views. Am I right? But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the real big bummer with the national dex, and then also like the one dude from not Niantic from Game Freak or whatever was like, "Oh, we just don't really have the time to do this." I was like, don't give that answer. Say anything else. Say we couldn't make the national dex in time for release. Say that. Don't say we don't have the time to do this because I'm paying you money. You should have the time to do anything. Like you should do anything and everything. You know, I don't know, but that's, you know, here or there. But back to it. I am excited for an Android phone. I'm excited to leave iPhone. I'm excited to play because like, dude, my phone is just crashing all the time now. I have the iPhone XR, and like if I want to
I forgot you have that.
If I want to do like Strike Force, dude, like I have to exit out of every other app I have going because my phone just can't handle Strike Force and like other apps. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I guess we'll have to find something. I mean, this is a non-problem, but later. But like, we'll just have to chat on like Google Hangouts or WhatsApp.
Why? We could use text messaging.
Yeah, but it's shitty for like everything else.
It is not. Oh God, Charlie, you know what? Let's move on because this is and this is the problem. I've had friends be like, "Oh, you're gonna text with the green text." Like, yeah, fuck you, I am. You know, I am. I'll spin kick you into oblivion. Shut up.
How are you supposed to use your AirPods, man?
I don't have AirPods, so problem solved. I have even better headphones. You know what? I gotta go. But what do you? So you just said you're just playing Smash mostly right now?
Yeah, Smash is the biggest one. It's just they started releasing like traditional fighting characters in Smash, which makes a lot of Smash fans unhappy. But I'm sitting here doing quarter circles, like, you know, like I'm playing Street Fighter. Love it.
Yeah.
There's this very new concept for a fight stick in Smash called a Smash Box. So instead of using a controller, you're using directional buttons like an arcade stick, right? And you know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's too easy to do all these inputs," but it's tournament legal, and I just got one, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, dope! I mean, I come from a lot of 2D fighters growing up. Like we had one of my best friends on a while ago, Jonathan Fernandez, and he's just like the king of like SNK and Capcom games, and he would just smoke them forever. But like I would just play with him so much growing up that I kind of got out of fighters once it went into like even with Street Fighter, I kind of like got out of it. But that sounds cool. They're doing that for Smash at least. But I mean, I've been wanting to play the new Smash. I just haven't gotten it. And I at this point,
you don't have this new Smash at all?
I don't have Super Smash Bros. now.
Oh man.
I just honestly I know that I wouldn't play it a lot. And so I don't want to just, unfortunately, I don't have the, I don't want to sound poor, but I'm poor as fuck right now. So if I'm going to spend money on a game, I want to like play it hard.
Yeah.
And I probably won't be playing it too much comparatively.
I just finished, what did I just finish? I just finished Ultimate Alliance 3 last night. So
Oh, you actually
I've
finished
had
it?
that. I just finished it. Yeah, I just went through beat the storyline for the first time. And they're like, okay, here you go. You can now go through the whole campaign on different difficulty level. I'm like, but how do I level up all these other characters? That's all you have. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
This gameplay
Standard.
loop sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
Yeah. But I mean, the thing I love about I think that the Super Smash Brothers has a really funny community, right? I mean, do you stream it too, Max?
I do not know because of that reason.
I was gonna say
Hey.
it's like such a they're so harsh. They're scary. Like Super Smash Brothers fans are like scary. Like, yo, watching tournament videos, like, it's insane. They're insane.
So my actually what brought me to compete in fighting in tournaments is in esports across the board. Unless you're talking Gears of War, there's no trash talk ever anymore. It's gone, and
Sure.
and they do it for PR reasons, right? But for fighting game tournaments, it's the wild wild west. They're out there. They had this guy like screaming, ripping off his shirt. It's awesome.
Yeah, they are nuts. I love it. It's scary.
As harsh as they are online, when you go to tournaments, it's
Everyone's
they're
chill.
very very timid.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Dang. I'm gonna take us on another bit here. Charlie, you know what I started playing lately was World War Z.
Oh yeah, how'd you like that?
It's honestly such a fun, stupid game. I forgot
It
that
is,
I
right?
downloaded it with like Games Pass or something. And
I really like that game a lot. I wish I had more time to like sit and play it. I might pick it up from GameFly, which we're not sponsored by GameFly whatsoever, but shout out to GameFly for
Charlie
actually
loves
giving me
GameFly.
I love GameFly because it just gives me an opportunity to play a whole bunch of different games without breaking my wallet right now.
What
'Cause,
even
you know,
is that? What is that? What does it cost?
It's like I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's like $15 a month, and I get 2 games that comes with me.
Do y'all
comes to me.
find that like here's what I'm at with the problem with subscription based services? I have too fucking many right now, guys.
I've cut back significantly.
Yeah,
on
I'm
everything.
like every time I'm like, oh, it's only $6 a month. Why don't I just do this? And it's like, oh, because I have like 40 of those right now. That's why.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. We cut back significantly when we went through our finances because right now we're trying to buy a house, so we're just kind of like went through. It's like, okay, what do we have this for? Oh God, that's it.
Yep.
And then I just found that I was spending too much buying video games and not being able to play them. So I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to I'm gonna go back to GameFly and try that out because like I can play it for a day and know whether or not I'm gonna like the game and if I'll continue it. And then if not, I'll just return it because right now what I have out is I have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which I haven't even put in my console yet.
Yeah. People love that game, though, don't they?
No, they fucking hate that game. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
people love it.
It is for what
Is it bad?
Well, apparently, not to go on another tangent.
No, I mean, let's talk
Overachiever's
about
Tangent podcast. Apparently, what's been going on is, I mean, it's a full price $60 game, but they made it. They put a lot of the gameplay behind like freemium stuff.
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't they?
So
why wouldn't anyone?
It's just, I don't know. It feels like they try to do like a cross between Wildlands and some other game. I can't remember. Essentially, I haven't even tried it, so I can't comment on the actual gameplay loop and the gameplay mechanics and whatnot, and how it works. But I'm just interested to try it. But apparently, they just like threw a bunch of like microtransactions in here, and like, hey, if you want to actually play the game with like leveling up and getting items and whatever, you have to pay to like increase your chance to find gold or whatever.
Oh my
and just like I hate that shit. So the only time I've ever actually bought one of those offers like was Assassin's Creed Odyssey out the gate was like it was $2 and it's a 200% XP boost for the entirety of the game. I was like, okay, I'll spend $2 to get an XP boost because that to me is worth it because I'm a trophy chaser and I was like one of the things is to get level 50 in one of the trophies. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. But I'm going to report back on that. But right now, what I have out is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And then I also have a Plague Tale Innocence, which I'm actually enjoying Plague Tale Innocence right now. It kind of reminds me, as you know, I have a love for anything medieval. And this takes place in, I want to say this is France with the Black Plague at that time. And it's primarily a stealth action game. So it's like you're hiding, you're solving puzzles, you're trying to avoid getting eaten alive by plagued rats the entire time, but it's good. I enjoy the the gameplay. I enjoy the game. I think I'm like halfway through it at the moment, and I've maybe played maybe 5-6 hours of it, and so I know it's cool. It's something different. That's why I normally wouldn't play this game otherwise, but like I put it in my gameplay queue, and I was like, hey, when I'm done with the game, I'll put it in there, whatever. And like that's how I was able to play a couple games on Switch as well. And I just and I'm not spending $700 a month on buying new games because if I bought all these games, I'm like spending so much money. Whereas I'll spend like $15 a month, like, and if I get if I don't like a game, it's no problem. It's like I'll play it for a day and put it back. But what I was getting back at with that is I had World War Z from GameFly, and I really liked it. So I wanted to buy it and keep it, but it was just a little too pricey. It was still at like $45, it was like $35 because I think it's normally $40. I was like, I'll wait for a sale.
Yeah.
Take it up then. But yeah, I enjoy that game a lot. It's a
I
lot of fun.
got it on Gates Pass, and I was like kind of I had nothing to do yesterday, or not nothing to do, but I was like waiting for Mallory to get home. And I just like, let me play a fast thing, and that was there. And I was like, this is probably fast. And then I realized an hour went by, and Mallory's already home. I'm like, I should probably get going.
Yeah, that's it's kind of like what's that? Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, but the like swarm.
The swarm mechanic is
really
rad,
good.
Right?
It's like really fun. I was like blown away. I was like, oh my God, there's now 3,000 zombies crawling over that fence. Why am I? Well, I'm going to die in seconds.
Yeah, I wish I had more friends that were on PlayStation or actually played it, or maybe it might be worth picking it for PC if it ever goes on sale.
Well, if you see it on sale for PC, I'll get it for PC. We can play it on that.
And we'll play. Yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed it. Max, have you played that at all?
I have not. I had a couple of friends that were playing it relatively religiously, and they apparently the multiplayer is also stupid fun. It's like as long as you don't go into it expecting like an esport, it's a lot of fun.
What I queued up for that yesterday, not realizing I thought I was just queuing up for the campaign, and I was like, wait, is it just literally multiplayer, like player against player? Is there zombies involved at all, or is it just PvP? Do you know?
I think it's just PvP.
See if they.
I think there's no zombies involved.
That would be wild.
Oh man, I mean, I was watching Moon play Left 4 Dead 2, and I played that game so much growing up.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 3 win. Come on, Valve. I need it.
Yeah.
Valve, like I'm not no pressure, but like make the games we want, Give us Half-Life 3.
Yeah, no pressure.
Give us Left 4 Dead 3.
Do what we want.
Do the thing that we want always. What even is Valve doing right now? What are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, what do they got going on? Nothing.
It's just content. They're happy making their money on content, doing other stuff.
What does Valve own right now? That's a game that is played.
It's just platform, man. That's all it is, I think, for the most part, right?
Counter-Strike.
Dota. Sorry, Global Offensive. I'm an idiot. That's right.
Dota 2 is a big one too.
Oh wait, Valve owns Dota 2?
Yep.
How did I not know that? Oh my God. Oh,
that's why they always push the international on their page 24/7 whenever it's running.
Right, that's fair. Good for you, Valve. Well, either way, Left 4 Dead 3, Half-Life 3. Come on, let's go.
Make it work.
Yeah,
bring
right.
It to us.
But yeah, I'm just stupid excited for next week for the new Pokemon. Even though I have my gripes with like that thing. Here's the thing. I think they're gonna slowly like release the rest of the Pokemon to the game. If they were smart, they would do that. Oh my God, there's a lot of people who are not going to play that game because there's no national dex. There's like a lot.
What do you mean by national dex? Because I'm a scrub and have no idea what you're
national
talking
dex is all of the Pokemon. So there's so essentially there's the Pokemon Bank, which is like a digital bank. So between every Pokemon, you can store your Pokemon in the bank, and then when the next title comes out, you can get them essentially. So you can like keep getting your Pokedex filled up. You know what I'm saying? So any Pokemon that was in a previous game that aren't the new game is fine because it still has the full national dex, and you can get them from your bank, or you can train them. Blah blah blah. This game just doesn't have a lot of the Pokemon in the game, and you can't get them from your previous Pokemon bank. So a lot of people are upset because I think they're supposed to be now. How many Pokemon?
I don't know. You have to tell me. I'm clearing your dead air at the moment. Right now, it's talking. You're looking it up. Okay.
It's a giant. It's a lot of Pokemon. So there's like over 400, right? So there's maybe 200. I think it still leaks. It's still not confirmed how many Pokemon are actually in the new one. But it's guessed to be around 200, and people are upset because some people's like chances are, regardless how dumb a Pokemon is, that's probably someone's favorite somewhere in the world. You know what I mean?
Probably. Yeah.
And like even
like
from the
you have like Leafy or whatever the fuck they're called.
Leafy, nice. There you go. now, see, I'm gonna now plug about how much you hate Pokemon.
I don't hate Pokemon.
It sounds like
I'm
that's what happened just now.
I'm an OG Red and Blue. That's the last time I played Pokemon.
But people are pissed. A lot of people are upset because it's their favorite Pokemon's not going to make it to the game, or they're also kind of like you in the sense where they just want to collect. They want to, the fucking tagline has got to catch them all. So I mean, some people are upset about it. Rightfully so. It's not enough for me to not get the game. I'm still going to enjoy it, play and enjoy it. Like people. I think that's like a little bit more like fanaticism at that point. Like, I don't know. I kind of equate it to how people act with Star Wars, like with the new Star Wars. Like, oh, these Star Wars are trash. Nothing like the old ones. But it's like, shut up, dude. You get new Star Wars.
Yeah, you're getting new Star Wars.
You get new Star Wars. Shut up. Like, if you don't
get the Mandalorian.
Exactly. If you don't like it for like legitimate reasons, like you didn't like it cinematically or the story, maybe. But like, don't compare it to old things. Just get the new thing and find what you can enjoy out of it. And if not, then don't. Whatever.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, that's essentially that. I'm still getting it. I pre-ordered it. If you pre-ordered it through the Nintendo online store, you get to pre-download it, so you get to play like start of launch day.
All right.
And I have a shoot in Denver 2 days after that, so I'll be flying and stuff. So I'll have plenty of airtime to be playing, which is dope. So.
All right. Well, I'm curious to try that. Max, are you a Pokemon guy at all?
Yes and no. I'm in Charlie's boat. I played a lot of the old Pokemon games. As soon as the newer titles, especially when they were more handheld focused, I stopped playing for the most part. And then I would get an emulator on my phone and play the old Pokemon games. Yeah. Because I to this day I think a true Pokemon on mobile would absolutely kill it. But I understand
it would kill it.
Oh man, they're trying to push their Switch sales. I get it. I will be getting Sword and Shield and playing it and trying it out. The national deck thing is definitely a lot of the hardcore Pokemon fans are completionists. So
I get it.
That's gonna be a tough one. But my only gripe, it's not even really a gripe, right? I'm not gonna complain. I'm still gonna enjoy it. But no Elite Four, come on. That was like the thing. It's like you got into the Elite Four and you're like, ugh.
Wait,
it's time.
They still no Elite Four? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my!
So the last game they took out gyms and left the Elite Four. Now they're putting back gyms and removing the Elite Four.
Huh.
You just made Dom cry inside.
No, I just must be I'm misremembering. When you say the last game, you talk about Sun and Moon.
I believe so. Yeah.
Because in I don't remember there not being gyms in Sun and Moon, but also that was like a couple years ago at this point, so I could be forgetting, but. Yeah, I mean, I think that if they released the OG games as a mobile game, it's not going to hurt your Twitch sales. It's like our Switch sales, and I really wish that they would at least do that. Like, dude, give us like Red, Blue, and Yellow as a mobile game. That would be insane. Another reason I'm going to Android is because it's easier to get emulators on your phone. Otherwise, I have to like jailbreak or do some other bullshit with my iPhone, and I could play OG Pokemon games on my phone, which I'm excited for that, but. It's like I imagine when you've been making a franchise for so long, you have to think of ways to change it up, I guess. And unfortunately, sometimes the way they change it just isn't good. I mean, we don't know it's not gonna be good yet, but some people are. I mean, especially the completionists, like the hardcore Pokemon fans. Like I love Let's Go Pikachu. I loved it, but I was told I was trashed by someone for playing it.
By everyone.
Yeah, some kid was like, "It's not even a real Pokemon game. You're trash." I was like, "Okay, cool, thanks, dude. I'll just go."
Go back to drinking your juice box.
Yeah, exactly. We are not ageist. We like little kids here. No, that's weird to say.
Whoa.
Oh God, no, we're not. We're not ageist. That's what I meant to say. Oh God, you can cut that out, Charlie. That sounds weird.
No, that's staying in. That's going to be the one clip we make there.
It's like, dude, in the It's Always Sunny episode when Frank has the kids beauty pageant, he's like, "We don't diddle kids. We don't like make that song, right?" And I feel like that's exactly I just walked into. I'm now Frank from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
But moving on to some news, did y'all see? I don't know if you're a Blizzard fan, Max, but did you guys see BlizzCon stuff?
I did see BlizzCon. I'm very excited.
I'm wearing a Diablo shirt right now.
Oh, awesome. So here's
We can't see, but yeah.
here's the problem. Then I want nothing more than Diablo 4, and I'm like, that cinematic with Lilith coming through. Oh my god, that shit
Yeah,
was
it was
fire, dope. Having
Literal
Druid
fire.
back, having all this, like, it looking way more dark, the talent tree, the skill tree, blah 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 blah. Excited, even though it's like 2 years at least probably away. I'm I'm hoping in 2 years Blizzard is less up China's butt, but until then, I'm like I'm like torn, man. Like, Blizzard just hasn't been doing like the best like ethical business practices lately. But I wanna play Diablo 4. You know what I'm saying? It's just such a weird, and like also, like, you have Overwatch 2. There's a new World of Warcraft expansion that looked really dope. That cinematic was also fire. I mean, Blizzard is the king of game cinematics, like, I think.
Yeah, it happened for a while.
Ooh, if you go to my Twitter, you'll see I disagree quite a bit. I think Halo's got it.
You think Halo has
Halo's
the best
got it.
cinematics? Don't get me wrong.
Okay, so
the Halo 3 cinematic,
Halo 2 Anniversary.
Halo 2 Anniversary?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the one?
Halo 2 Anniversary. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Full budget. It was insane. Now, generally speaking, those are like the two big boys.
Wait, are we talking cutscenes or are we talking cinematic? When I say cinematic, I mean pre-launch, like essentially
Pre-rendered stuff.
I'm not talking like in-game cutscene.
No. Yeah, but pre-rendered stuff.
Because I mean, the Halo Anniversary stuff, all those cutscenes were very nice, obviously. But man, I don't want to disagree with you, but I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
I since I was a child, the first Warcraft 3, their cutscenes started coming out, and then StarCraft 2. Just like buck wild, right? But it's really the World of Warcraft stuff, even though I'm not like the biggest World of Warcraft fan, and the Diablo stuff have always been just, I think, some of the best visual, like video game visual cinematics that have come out. But man, you are right though, dude. Halo cutscenes and cinematics, especially Halo 3. When it's that close up on the helmet, and Chief puts it on and then jumps over, like, or he throws the shield down. Oh my god!
Yeah, Starry Night, dude. That's why I used to have that on my iPod video, and if I was getting pumped up for a workout or anything, like, I had to go, like, I would throw that on.
Dude, Starry Night would be
makes my hair sick. Whew, I loved
hilarious.
it. It's like my pre-workout. It was so good.
But
I agree with you as well. I mean, the first time I literally built a gaming computer to play Diablo 3 when it first dropped.
Yeah, totally did.
I was seeing those cinematics for the first time. Absolutely incredible. Same thing with WoW.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Diablo 3. I'm not looking forward to giving more money to Activision, but at the same time, it's just like you pull those strings for me. Like Diablo 3 or Diablo in general was like my rebellion for growing up, because I grew up in a very fundamental Christian household. So it's just like, for me, that was very much like, I'm rebelling against my parents. I'm going to go play Diablo behind their back.
I love Satan.
Yeah, and even though my parents, like, they found my discs and all that sort of stuff, and they trashed them, blah blah blah. I was like, you know what? It's still fun. You're still fighting against the demons. It's not you fighting with them. So that's how I.
That's adorable. Yeah, I did enjoy Diablo 3. I thought it definitely was not as dark as the first two Diablos, but I am very excited to see the like early gameplay stuff. It just looks gloomy. It looks like,
it does.
It has a good feel. So hopefully by then, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, the director of Overwatch recently came out in a statement saying that he disagrees with the handling of the Blitzchung situation and thinks that dude should have like.
Well, the president himself came out at BlizzCon and apologized.
I feel like it was a little wishy-washy. I feel like what he said wasn't. I don't know.
Well, you can't have. I mean, they at least owned up to it and said, like, we apologize, we overreacted too soon, blah blah blah. So at least it's a public statement of an apology. But so
the problem
what else
there
can you ask?
What else I could ask is to reduce this dude's sentence. Still, I mean, the dude still has a van going. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, it's cool that he apologized on stage, but nothing changed with Blitzchung or their handling of. And I do get it. And on one hand, you have to have, I guess, decorum at tournaments, and
the policy is no political outcries in the middle of a statement.
Well,
and So there's that.
Yeah, sure. But
On one hand, it's anyway. Not to get into the politics of the Hong Kong protests, which I'm in full support of. It's just a matter of it's very tough. It's like, okay, well, at what point do you police these these rules that you have? It's like, if someone cries out pro Trump stuff, like, how do you handle that? It's the same thing. So it's like you have to have it for both sides of the coin. So
I'd be very interested if there's any pro Chinese government to cry out.
I know. I'm just saying that's that would be.
I feel you though. But
Either way, so I know we're getting kind of short on time here with Max, but let's. So Max, is there anything coming out that you're interested in coming out for you?
Ooh, all of the Riot games.
Okay.
When they dropped that, was it like 5 titles? They had a dungeon crawler, a fighting game, an FPS,
sure,
a card game. Oh yeah, they dropped like 5 games all at once.
My cousin works for Riot Games. I have to ask him about that stuff.
Oh man, Project A. They're like, well, we're gonna take the best things of Overwatch and the best things of Counter-Strike and mash it together.
Sure.
And I immediately was in love.
Cool.
And then I saw fighting game. I mean, Riot now kind of has the wealth of characters that people are super familiar with, and then you pin them up in a 2D fighter. It kind of looks like Street Fighter, and they just go at it. Oof, I'm ready.
Okay.
I am ready.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Rad. I'm excited for Teamfight Tactics to come to mobile. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
What the hell's Teamfight Tactics? What is that?
Oh, bro, that's it's like so essentially what it is you have these characters that you build up and you can like train up their abilities, kind of like League of Legends, and you place them in certain like strategic places on the board, and then you just let them fight. You can't control them.
Oh, interesting. It's almost like a tower defense thing. Is it like it is like waves come
no,
out
not
in,
necessarily. Not necessarily a tower defense game. It's more like the best way I could describe it is like.
But when you say they fight, like, is it just like 1v1? Is it like
no, it's like 5v5. So it's kind of like it's kind of like you set them up on the board and they all like run out, based on they start to attack people in proximity. So like you can kind of have like your archers in the back corner, a healer in the back corner, and then like tanks up front to kind of attack, and people are healing and attacking based on different things. So it's pretty cool, and neat like gameplay mechanics and whatnot. So I'm curious to try it. I'm not very good at it. I've maybe played like 2 hours of that game, but having it come to mobile, I'm very excited for, because then I'll definitely be playing that, because it's quick. They're quick matches. They're like 60 seconds each match. So
okay,
which is perfect for mobile.
That game's my weakness. I've sunk a million hours into Teamfight Tactics. Have you seen what was it, like the first or second Harry Potter, where they're chess pieces that actually come to life and kill each other? That's exactly what Teamfight Tactics is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right? So those pieces come to life and fight each other. But that game has been overhauled tremendously. I started playing it again, maybe 3 or 4 patches later, the beginning of this week. And they're now implementing skins for you'll have Syndra. It'll be the Oceanic Syndra, and she has like that ocean, that water kind of affinity, and it just adds infinite depth to that game. And as soon as it comes to mobile, oh yeah, I'll be right there playing it.
Dope, cool, shit. All right, it's another mobile game that I could play on my dope new phone, whenever that happens. But okay, cool. All right, well,
I'm excited for that. So we'll have to talk more about that, or have you back on in a couple months or whatnot, and see how you're doing and see if you're still playing it.
Right.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
man. So Max, where can people find you and find Vast again, so they can keep up with you guys?
Again, my name is Max Richter. You can find me on Twitter at @DurnapDragon, as well as at VastGG for all of our socials. And feel free to send me your spiciest memes. It's what I like to do when I'm on break.
Spice memes and sending tweets to Elon Musk.
He showed me that. That was really funny, by the way.
That was great. So anyway, yes.
Oh, you go ahead.
Thanks so much, Max, for being a part of the Overachievers podcast, Overachievers Gaming Podcast. I dropped the gaming. You can find us on Instagram at og.podcast. Our Twitter is OverachieversP, where we don't really post spicy memes or really much of anything. We need to get more on that.
Actually, I just real quick, one last tangent. I just shit talked the KSI and Logan Paul boxing match via our Twitter. So if we get any hate, it's because
great. Can't wait.
So
can't wait to see all those notifications. I got to re-enable all this. Our website is beingoverachiever.com, where you can get this episode and every other episode and hear more about us talk about Marvel Strike Force, which is our panel sub podcast that we do every other week. So you can get your fix of us talking about that with other things, and then you can subscribe, blah blah blah, all that fun stuff, and leave us a review if you like this podcast, like other podcasts. Leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform of choice, and maybe Dom and I will start singing more on the podcast, which I don't recommend at all. But anyway, thanks all, and thanks again, Max. Cheers.
Thank you guys for having me again. Have a great day.